Point of order, Kit Malthouse.
I'm grateful, Madam Deputy Speaker. On the 25th of July, the main estimates were laid before the House and passed without debate or vote. On the 29th of July, the Chancellor came to the House and made a statement about the public finances and laid a further document called Fixing the Foundations that showed a wildly different picture of the public finances than that which we had been presented just one working day previously. This naturally raised concerns in the House, and I and a number of members questioned the Chancellor of the Exchequer about it at the time. The fact that she was evasive in the debate and frankly looked rattled raised further concerns. Now today we have a letter that's been leaked to the Shadow Chancellor explaining, from the Cabinet Secretary, explaining that officials knew at the time that the estimates were laid by the Chancellor that they were incorrect. And I also have a letter from the OBR in response to a Freedom of Information request that I made prior to recess that explains that the OBR was shown the contents of this document 2 days before the estimates were laid before the House, and indeed they were given the document itself, Fixing the Foundations, to fact-check on the day that the estimates were laid before the House of Commons. Now, Madam Deputy Speaker, this raises a number of issues for the House, but the one I'm most concerned about is whether the Chancellor of the Exchequer has knowingly misled the House of Commons as to the state of the public finances in her knowledge at the time. Now, this is obviously knowingly misleading the House is a breach of the ministerial code, and I wanted your guidance on what the appropriate course of action might be for the House, because if we cannot rely on financial information which is laid before us, and frankly that we wade through trusting that it is accurate, then we're in a very difficult place indeed. I have notified the Chancellor of the Exchequer of making this point of order, and obviously once an independent advisor on the ministerial code is appointed, then I can make representations to them. But in the meantime, we are faced with a situation where either the estimates were knowingly wrong or this document Fixing the Foundation was knowingly wrong. In either case, the House may have been significantly misled, and I'd be interested to hear your guidance on what we can do about that.
Point of order, and indeed for the advance notice of it. He's indicated that he has informed the Chancellor of his intention to make the point of order, which of course is the correct thing to do. There are two separate points here. The first is one of privilege, and he should write to the Speaker making the point that he is concerned that the Chancellor may have misled the House. The second point is the accuracies of the estimates. That is not a matter for the Speaker, but it may be something that he chooses to raise with the Chair of the Public Accounts Committee when they are elected next week.